Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Peace, peace, peace. It's your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo, and you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. You heard? All right, we gonna get started with this one. This is gonna be a quick show, you guys, but it's gonna be impactful. It will be impactful, especially if you're struggling with pricing. You don't know what the price. Maybe you think you price too low. Whatever the case is, we are here to help you. Oh man, late show tonight, but we are going to get it cracking. Let's see if my buddy Tech will be able to join us on this one. But without further ado, welcome to the Notary Insights Show. And I am your humble hip hop sales coach. I am your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo. And you already know what it is, man. You are rocking with the best. You heard? All right, so let's get right into these slides real quick, man. Yeah, it's very important we just go through these. So today's topic is about pricing. I found out that people are still doing $10 stamps, $10 stamps, $5 stamps, complimentary stamps. There's a time and place for everything, but we are in this notary game to make money. So I don't know about you, but if you're doing $10 notarizations, it's going to take you 10 of them just to make $100. And you're driving all over the city at that point. You're spending time in these customers' homes. You're spending money more on gas. You're spending money on food. It can get expensive. So we're going to talk about some notary pricing powers. Charge more, work less, and win big. So here's the hidden danger of low fees. Low prices equal high headaches. That's Austin talking to you guys. So I want to address that. The hidden danger of low fees. Low fees attract clients who will delay your payment. Even though the payment is very low and it's inexpensive, they will still want to pay you once you get there. The next thing that they'll do is they will not value your time because at the end of the day, they feel that you're not charging much money. You're not charging much money. So they don't value your time. You're going to come on here and then you're going to come to their house for like $10, $20, $30. When I first did notarizations, I was doing it for $30. Everyone was saying yes. but they devalued they devalued what I was bringing to the table. They would say to me like, it's just a stamp. I mean, like, how much more do you expect to get? You're just stamping a piece of paper. And I would let them know that if it was just a piece of paper, it wouldn't need a notarization. Just take the paper to wherever you need to go then. So cheap clients do bring headaches. They do not value your time. And a lot of times they want to pay you after you do the notarization. Unbelievable. Cheap clients cost more in energy and opportunity than they're worth. So a lot of times you're spending time with a 10, 15, 20, $30 client when you could be investing that same time and energy to get yourself a $150, $200, $300 client. It's like a distraction. Another thing about discounts, people that discount their price, this is very important to know. There's a lot of things that go with discounts. When you discount your price, not only do you discount your value, but you begin to start training the customer on how to shop with you. You ever had a customer say, you don't have any discounts, any veterans, any AARP? These are the type of clients that you will begin to attract when you start giving out discounts. They'll also look at your product and they'll be like, might not be worth $100. And then you discount the price. I've seen many notaries, I've hired many notaries over time that will discount their price with no justification. They'll give me a price like $100 or something, $150, and then I'll hem and haw a little bit, and they'll drop the price 50%, no rhyme or reason whatsoever. That makes you look like you're trying to rip someone off when you do that, just to let you know. That's like a person that comes to fix your electricity or your deck or something in your house, and they give you a price of $5,000, and then they see that you're not going to go with the deal, and then they drop it $2,500 just like that. No justification, no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Would you not think that person is trying to rip you off? They tried to squeeze an extra $2,500 out of you. So if you do offer a discount, make sure that you say, hey, look, we're going to have to push your time back, or we're going to have to do it for the next following day. There has to be some type of concession, or maybe you can meet with my notary halfway. But just to drop your price like that, it's not a good look. Fast action tip. Identify and drop your 2 worst clients this month. You know who those clients are. The ones that demand a lot but ain't paying shit. They want you to move mountains for them, and then they want to pay you the least amount as possible. Find those 2 worst clients and get rid of them. Fire those clients. Next one. How pricing is your positioning. The price that you charge the client will dictate how they treat you. I'll repeat that. The price that you charge the client will dictate how they treat you. If you a $5 holla, they're going to treat you as a $5 holla. If you demand premium pricing, one, you better play the part of a company that have premium pricing. That means your professional greeting, your some automation, some follow-up, some confirmations, little things like that will solidify you as a premium company. But if you're one of those companies that just answer the phone, hello, or state your business, or how can I help you? Don't expect to get premium clients to pay you premium dollars. At that point, you're delusional. Premium pricing attracts premium clients and premium respect. I did a notarization for Barack Obama, a doctor of, I don't know, like 20 years or so. And he told me when I gave him the price, he told me if I charged anything less than $100, he was not going to go with me. He said if I did not charge more than $100, if I was anything less than $100, he was not going to give me the business because he would deem it to be shady. The document that he was getting was to make his home a landmark. That was very important to him. It was a very important document. So if I did something like that and say, "Yeah, I'll notarize it for you for $10," he's looking at it as this is a valuable document. I don't want this to be messed up or take chances of somebody that says they're a notary but really isn't a notary. I don't have time to check on a person's commission to see if they're valid in the state or not. So people will respect your business, your operations according to your price. They feel that if you're charging a premium price, there go my brother Tech. If you're charging a premium price, then they can rest assured that you have certain things in place. Like your commission is valid. You have your notary journal. You are going to do things on the up and up. Yeah, Tech, I'm talking about how premium pricing attracts premium respect and premium clients.
That's real. So many people don't know that.
You want to add to that, bro?
For sure. Why would you trust somebody who only charges $30 with something that you pay $2,500 for?
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, it's so simple. Matter of fact, it's so difficult because the harder it is for you to get a client, the easier it is. You should actually, the solution is to go up in your price, and you get fewer objections. People who fall off their chair when you tell them that it's, $85, $95, $200 for a single signature. This They actually look at you the opposite direction, the opposite way. It's funny. Yeah.
So the next one is now this is a normal thing, right? Because there's a lot of notaries out here that will explain themselves their worth. You don't need to explain your worth when your price speaks for you. I have never, not once, Tech, sold a customer that I had to explain to them why my pricing is what it is. I haven't closed any of them. Every one of them that said, "Why are you so expensive?" I've never closed that deal. Why? Because I'm trying to explain to them my worth, and they don't care. They just be like, "Well, first of all, they don't even see the notary being a valuable asset anyway, so they're already trying to devalue me by asking me why am I so expensive."
Yeah, that's real. That's a good point. That's a point that people don't understand. If somebody's asking you to explain your price, that number one, they're conveying a message. Number one, that they can't afford it, that it's too much, and there is no right answer to whatever you say. That's the trap that many people I'm just sorry if you don't know this already. No one ever took the time to explain it to you, but we're gonna explain it today. We're gonna explain it today. I mean, watch. If somebody's asking you your price, they like I can name like 4 or 5 different things, but number one, they can't afford it already. They're not, and then here's the trap that you get caught in unknowingly. Your answer, whatever you say, is incorrect. It's the wrong answer.
Yeah, you're at an uphill battle at that point. You're really trying to get somebody to agree to your price. That's like someone walking into a Louis Vuitton or Gucci store and saying, "Why is your purse $3,500?" And then you think like the rep is going to sit down and be like, "Okay, well, let's go into my office and I could show you exactly what." Like, no, they're not going to do that. As if that person is gonna be like, "Oh, well, yeah, you showed me exactly why you're worth it. Yeah, let me buy that purse now." They're they're not gonna do it. They're not coming from a part where they're appreciating what you're doing. Officer farting, you're trolling. Beat it. Beat it, scumbag. Um, next. Well, let me go back to that. Let me go back to that. Um, example line. I do not. I don't do $10 stamps. I do $1,000 solutions.
That's a
Fax.
good one. I like that.
Yeah, right. Fast action tip: audit your current pricing language on your site, cards, or IG bio. See if you're using some cheap language.
Straight up.
Listen, the word venti it means 20, but in Starbucks it means a large drink. They made it up. Even if you have to make it up, get creative with this marketing, but don't sound cheap though. One shift that'll double your income. People don't pay for stamps. They pay for a peace of mind. Tech, we recently did a notarization. You and I, we collabed on this one in New Jersey. Attorney had a client in New Jersey that needed a notarization. He actually had a notary that would do it less expensive than what Tech and I charge.
Of course, you always find somebody to do it cheap.
Yeah. But he chose to go with Tech and I because it gave him a peace of mind. He knew that it would get done professionally, on time, prompt. You think they're just paying for a stamp? They're paying for a peace of mind.
I love it when people don't think, and you see this a lot on TikTok. People don't think, oh, how is this person able to do this? How is this person able to charge that? Because they're looking at it from purely a numerical perspective. They're only looking at the numbers. They completely gloss over the peace of mind aspect.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see it as that price. They see it as that price. That person. That's ridiculous. How could they charge $300, $200 for one signature? How could they ever do that? They look at it just purely from the number. They don't look at it as this person wants to press a button and have it be done. They want to click the button and then that's it. They don't want to have to micromanage. They don't want to have to text message you back and forth. They don't want to have to email you, make several different phone calls. That person who questions whether or not you can make $200 for one signature is not looking at it at the right way. They're looking at it from what they must be overcharging. They must be. No, it's peace of mind, bro. Peace of mind. I love that the way that is broken down.
Next one is like focus on what's at stake. People are getting property, exchanging hands with a quick, clean deed. They're getting trust packages, power legacy packages. They're getting loan modifications. They're getting power of attorneys. Like these documents, like there is no such thing as general notarization. Just to put it out there is no such thing as that. Each document has its own title. If you start treating all these documents as if they're just one, you might as well blanket price all your stuff. Everything is just a flat fee. Power of attorney, same price as a reverse mortgage, bro. You might as well charge the same exact price. Some assignments you'll overwork yourself. Some of them you'll hardly do any, but charge the same price if you're going to treat documents as general notarizations.
That's a good point.
Shoot yourself in the foot right now. Put your own leg in the bear trap.
All notary is about money.
It's
always about money. That's why the price doesn't matter. It's what matters is the property, the power, the legacy, the liability. What is at stake? That's what matters. That's why the person is calling. They're not calling to get your cheap ass quote. They don't care about your quote. They're calling because they just got in a car crash. And now State Farm needs to issue this disbursement. They're calling because they just got a job position, and now their identification needs to be verified. What's at stake? Not that low ass deposit that you're asking for. They don't care about that. They're like, okay, you only want $10? Well, I guess. You better not mess up. And mess up the money, because all notary is about money.
Package your value, not your minutes. Package your value and not your minutes. I had a client that said, I called another notary and they said that they charged this. He was like, why are you 100 times more than what they charge? And then I told her, I was like, ma'am, I really can't speak on another company because I don't know what their operations are. But I could tell you what we do for you.
Right.
If your power of attorney got contested, our notary will show up to court on your behalf. Like I wanted that smoke, Tech, because I wanted to see what would happen in the courtroom. When I would just say that, I wouldn't even have to go into anything else. Now it does go into justifying the price, but she was just like, she didn't ask in a way like, oh, I have a problem paying your price. I just want to know, like, why is it so different? And she looked at the other company suspiciously. She's like, something don't seem right with it, because the guy said that he would come to the hospital at rush hour, pay for parking, and do this trust package for us for $40. And she said to herself that something don't seem right.
Yeah.
She wound up going with us, but she was more secure. She had that peace of mind to know that, hey, if I pay this amount of money, the pricing sounds more aligned with what I'm trying to get done.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to package your value and not your minutes. Be like, well, I'm going to be at your house for 30 minutes. Like, really?
Yeah.
Notaries out here doing that. Well, it's going to take me 45 minutes to drive to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it's the opposite, or they only live 5 minutes away, so I only charge them $25.
Yeah, that's right. And then, it's going to take about 20 minutes to do that. And then I have to, drive back home or drive to FedEx. That's another, 20, 30 minutes. So you're charging off of that. You're trading your dollars, your time for money instead of your value. So fast action tip, write your I help statement with an outcome focus. For example, I help families secure their legacy with airtight legal documents. We had a slogan. I can't even remember what my slogan was. The slogan was we help families in need in critical times when they need it the most, or something like that. And it was geared towards power of attorney. Anything you want to add to this, Tech?
Yeah, I would change the I to we.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
you do not want to look like a one-man show. And I think it's just people are just more comfortable knowing that there's a team involved. They know that you're not just gonna take the money and run off on them.
yeah.
They just feel more secure knowing that there's possibly other people on payroll. Why would this company run off with my measly $225? It sounds like they have a whole staff, a whole operation going.
You always want to have backup. You at least have the appearance that you have backup. It's not just you. This ain't no one man show. This is actually an operation that involves several people. There's so many reasons why that is it plays to your benefit. The person who is your client will ask a question. It's just a matter of time. Inevitably, they're going to ask you a question, and then you are going to either answer that question or you're going to defer to the company's policy. So when you answer the question, you're speaking on behalf of the company. You're speaking as a representative of the company. But when you defer to the company, you say, "This is how we operate," or "Please hang on for a moment. I'll call the office and check." Now you can come back and deliver the bad news, but it's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
do it all the time, right? They slide in an extra document, and then they ask you, "No, it's just another document. You can sign it, can't you?" Say, wait, no, hold on now.
right.
That's
And they do that.
not what you ordered.
Also to keep in mind with that is that their situation involves quite a few people. They're never just getting a document that just involves them. There's usually a bank, a lawyer, somebody doing overwriting, maybe, uh, a principal, an agent. There's usually a bunch of people involved in that document. So they're being conditioned to see that there's a lot of people involved in these documents that they need to get notarized. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to get that piece of paper notarized. When a client will tell you, Why does it cost so much? You're just stamping a piece of paper.
Yeah, I hear
Well,
that.
if it was just a piece of paper, you wouldn't need to get it notarized, would you?
Yeah, I hear that one. I heard that one recently. Just one piece of paper.
If it's just a piece of paper, just take it to where you need to go then.
Yeah.
That's it. Last slide. Raise it, own it, and don't flinch. This has to do a lot with confidence as well. If you raise your rates, your confidence has to equal that raise. Tech and I has helped notaries give themselves an instant raise
Immediately.
over the last few years. But you have to match your confidence has to match your pricing. You can't just say, "All right, I want $200 for this," but then you sound unsure of what you're doing, or you're there's a breaking your voice when you deliver the price. You even question the price. 220.
Yeah.
Let's roll the dice. 220. Would he go? Would he go? Would he bite? Would he bite? No, no cigar. And then you drop down to like $30.
Yeah. Wow. 220 to 30?
Yeah.
That's a big drop, bro.
Sabrina can help you automate and scale your premium service. That's what she is designed to do. There are certain things that come along with premium service. The watch that you get at Walmart is not going to look like the $10,000 Rolex that you buy.
No.
There's two different boxes. Okay. There's two different type of certifications that you get there. Nothing wrong with Seikos. Nothing wrong with Casios.
Seiko.
What I'm saying is that there are two different type of level of packaging and certifications and care that goes with these two different watches. Both of them tell time. But one is going to raise up in value and the other one's not. One is going to change color over time, and the other one is actually made out of gold. You know what I'm saying? One, you can walk to the cashier and swipe and check it out yourself. The other one, they're handling this for you in a big, nice padded green box with a certification card and telling you how many is in circulation. It's different. So you have to package your services accordingly, and Sabrina is excellent at doing that. When it comes from the automation to scaling it, that's what she's designed to do, specifically for notaries.
Damn, people don't understand that point. Damn, that's such a good point. People don't understand that. You call a company, and that analogy was so beautiful. Like my real estate agent, he drives this S-Class Mercedes, and they delivered it on a conveyor belt.
Mm.
You didn't drive it off the lot. They put it in a damn pickup, like not a pickup truck, those big box trucks, and damn conveyor belt came out. So just so that the wheels wouldn't move. Put it up into his driveway. Versus you going to and nothing against Toyota. I drive a Toyota.
Me too.
But you go to the dealership Toyota and you drive the car right off the lot. I mean, your notary business, is your notary business Toyota or is it Mercedes? And again, they both do the same thing. The car goes to point A to point B.
That's right. I had a guy that I did a notarization for a guy that tows cars, right? And his highlight And our conversation together was like, can you believe that somebody had me put their Rolls Royce on my flatbed? And so I'm trying to find the significance to the story. Like, why does that even matter, right? But he's telling me it's a flatbed. It's open to the environment. So a car could drive and hit a rock, and that rock hits the Rolls Royce. I never thought of it that way, right? But he's looking at it like this is a $250,000, $500,000 vehicle. It should not be on a flatbed.
Yeah.
He's looking at them as like, maybe you guys couldn't afford having that Rolls Royce because it should be enclosed.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting repossessed.
Exactly.
Instead of going to the car show.
I would suggest to anybody that wants to offer premium pricing and have that premium mindset to study some of these premium brands. Study the Ritz-Carlton, the Rolls Royces, the Rolexes, and see how they deliver. See how they deliver service and treatment to their end users. I promise you'll learn something. You can even look at premium steakhouses. Look at Roof Chris or a Carmine's and places that you'll spend like $150 for one steak. And look at the presentation that they're giving you.
Hell, I would even say the hospitals. I mean, I remember going to this private hospital or this private care facility versus another sort of a public or a larger care facility. The smaller boutique public facility, care facility, which is more expensive. I'm just talking about something that's more private to my family. But I just remember going in there and put it this way: we were the only ones in there. They had a waiting room just for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With snacks, with sparkling water versus the flat water, with reading material, with the scents, the room air fresheners and stuff. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about, man.
Plush.
Plush. Like, what is your notary business? How is your notary business showing up, or at least giving the potential client the experience that makes them want to be more conducive to spending money? Sometimes I just talk to notaries. The notaries I talk to, they just sound uninviting. It's just like as soon as they answer the phone, and it just sounds uninviting.
No, that's a great question, bro. If you ask yourself honestly, what would I expect from a notary if I were to spend $300 with them or $500 with them? What would I expect from them? Ask yourself that question. You'll be surprised with if I spend $500 for a notarization, I would expect them to be professional off the rip on the phone. I would want them to be extremely attentive to what I'm telling them is going on. I would want follow-ups, confirmations, receipts after I make the payment. I want the receipt. I even want,
Updates.
A follow-up email saying thank you for doing business with us. I want all that. I want to feel like that $500 was well worth it. Ask yourself, what would it take for you to spend $500 with a notarization, and then see if you can implement that in your business.
Yeah, not just missed text messages and straight to voicemails. Like, how you gonna let somebody go straight to voicemail and then you gonna text them back and then try to get them to spend $200 with you? for something that's general notary.
You know, I used to do this thing. My wife actually told me not to do it because cats is kind of weird out here in Chicago, right? But I used to share my Google travel time with the customer. So they would actually be able to look on the map and see where I'm at and how far I was from their home. And the customers used to love it. But my wife was like, nah, somebody, you might get set up or something like that. I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay, let me cut that off. But they loved it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he's 5 minutes away. Google Maps actually lets you do that.
I like that.
Now, I could have been more selective, maybe certain areas. Boom, you get that, right? But it's things like that that makes them think, oh man, look, I paid for this service. Now I can track my notary who is on the way to my home to notarize these documents. That's like looking at your Uber thing and be like, oh, my Uber driver is like 5 minutes away. That's why Uber has Uber Black. Same service, premium vehicle though.
Yeah.
Same exact service, Tech. You're just in a more luxurious vehicle.
Man, notaries could learn a lot from you, man.
So you are not a side hustle. You are the signature that seals destinies, you guys. Your signature and your stamp goes on that piece of paper. It is a done deal. You could stand on it because you know you did an effective job. And you want the smoke. You want them to call you back if there is a problem so you can find out where you had a discrepancy or maybe you missed something. It's only going to make you better. It has nothing to do with, oh man, I got to go back to this client's house. No, you want to find out where there was a problem, diagnose it, solve it, and make sure it doesn't happen again. So I invite you guys to book a Sabrina AI demo if you want to stop underpricing yourself. The phone call alone will change a lot for you. You can scan that QR code or go to heysabrina.ai, heysabrina.ai. This presentation has been brought to you by Sabrina AI because we do realize there are a lot of notaries that are coming into the game now and possibly in the game for a while and are very unpleased with their results and how much money that they're making, especially with pricing going up, tariffs, inflation. Their money just doesn't stretch like it used to. Tech, you want to take over?
Yeah, notaries are basically out here. You see this all the time, especially in this YouTube space, uh, social media space. A lot of notaries are. You're going to encounter this, and tell me if you probably this might be you, right? You might have seen this a couple times. People want to show how much they know. In this YouTube space, this social media space, notaries are just showing how much they know in hopes that somebody will ask them for their opportunity for an opportunity for them to be mentored by them or that they can sell them something else. That's all cool and all. You know, if you want to do all that, listen, I can't stop you. What we're doing here, you can take this information, you can listen to it and just go on about your life. What we're doing and what we're presenting here is an opportunity for you to take whatever it is that you're doing, your notary business, and and bring it up to date. Like every 10 years, your will needs to be updated. You have a new baby, somebody dies, you get married, you get divorced, your will needs to be updated. Your trust needs to be updated. What about your business? You're in the legal services business. This is a money business. Update it. Bring it up to date to contemporary time that matches people's lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there who just want to show how busy they are, and then they just want to maybe show how knowledgeable they are. That's all cool. That's all good. But how are you getting clients? That's the question I always ask. I see that you did 600 apostilles this year. Okay, great. I see that you did 1,000 loan closings last week. Cool. You printed all the documents and you got the damn transistor in the car with the mobile office. I got you. How are you getting clients? How is your business skill and your business acumen up to date? That's really what drives business, and that's what Sabrina does. Sabrina is going to update, give your company a facelift, so that $100 for a signature, so that is worth your time, so that you can charge that $100 for a signature, or you can actually receive less resistance when you want to command a decent, respectable, reasonable rate. Not just these $2 hollows that you guys are all bragging about. Who cares? Anybody can do this for $2. Like, yeah, if I gave a $2 price to everybody, you probably see me online posting all kind of videos. But it's the opposite. You probably wouldn't see me online because I wouldn't be in business for very long.
I got a question for you, Tech.
Hit me.
What do you think the percentage is of a customer having a favorable outcome of a company that has a professional greeting versus a company that doesn't?
Shit, man. Listen, man. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Listen. 2 weeks ago, my car got rear-ended.
Oh, damn.
Right. Everything's cool. I was with the baby. I'm not in the car though. It was in a parking lot. This 80-year-old white dude, bam, smacks into the car. He's driving a Tesla, the car with the sensors in the automatic autopilot that's supposed to stop you from hitting the car. He's driving that car and it didn't work, right? Needless to say, everything is cool. I look at the damage and we want to avoid the insurance company.
Mhm.
So we're gonna play it, man to man. We're gonna operate outside. So I'm talking to this guy. I basically tell him, listen, man, I'm gonna go get some estimates, and then I'm open to operating outside of the insurance company. If there's a problem, I'm going straight to the insurance company.
Mhm.
So I'm hitting with the negotiation. I go to check this out. This is why I'm gonna answer your question right here.
Mhm.
They say, what's the percentage of somebody having a good experience? Here's what happened. I went to 3 different body repair companies. The first one had I took a picture. Man, I did everything on my phone. Took the pictures, took the picture of the VIN number, entered my email, my name, submitted the report. Within 5 minutes, I had a full estimate back. They sent me constant reminders asking me, you know, is everything okay? Do you have any questions? The next day, I drove to a Toyota certified body repair place, and they gave me a higher estimate. Right, the price of the estimate don't really matter. That's not the point. The point is, I actually ended up going to the place that had the constant reminders. I was able to submit everything online. I went in there this morning. Matter of fact, I talked to the lady in the front office. I said, "What? I'm curious. What service is that? What automation is that? What tool is that?" I'm not going to name the software that they use because you know they're not paying me or no. I like she was sure that was a software, but she wasn't sure. Right? She said, "I think that's the name of it." That's basically not her job. But what I'm saying is, I had a terrific experience with them. I was able to submit the estimate online on my phone, really take the pictures on my phone and get a response set up an appointment to have the car evaluated, everything within 24 hours, versus me having to drive around town, sitting in somebody's smelly office with the baby while I wait for them to give me an estimate. My experience with the automation service was through the roof. Maybe it comes down to preference, but to me, convenience is what people pay for.
For
So it's
sure.
a high percentage.
So what would you say the percentages?
I would say 90 plus.
You're spot on, bro. So here's the stats, right? If you have a baseline, no greeting, this is deep research right here. If you have a baseline, no greeting, you can expect 6% of your customers feeling welcome to your business. If you have a strong greeting plus gestures, you can expect up to 100% greeted quickly of people being satisfied with the business thus far. Now, they go into behavioral results. So they're saying just off of the professional greeting, you can expect customers to spend 20% more money with a company that has a professional greeting. And they feel more loyalty. So it boosts the loyalty that the customer will have, or the perception that they'll have towards the business. And the third one, which I think is very, very powerful, is that they will stay and be more tolerant of minor issues later on.
Uh-huh.
That is huge.
Yeah, I'm running late.
Yes.
I forgot the paper. I need to go back to my office and print the papers. Absolutely.
That is powerful right there. So not greeting or greeting poorly is leaving loyalty, upsells, and referrals on the floor.
Wow. Can you recover from those?
It's an uphill battle at that point.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I don't, yeah. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be real difficult. The only way you probably could recover from that is if you're doing a cheap price. And that's the type of clientele that you're attracting.
I've walked into stores, and if they didn't greet me, I walk out. Like, seriously, I've like these little boutique stores, these little shops that, these little tourist places and stuff. Yeah, I don't get greeted, especially if I'm the only one in there. There was a cookie store, cookie shop, right? Cookies are good. They're good. They're good. I mean, not bad. But we were going to get cookies. I walked in the place. The girl looked right at us. She looked dead at us. Didn't say nothing. I walked right out. Got the nerve to charge me $6 a cookie. You crazy? You crazy. You must be smoking that hydro. Talking about, I'm not going to greet you. How dare you?
Yeah.
You want money.
Yeah. The greeting was, the first company I can recall, the first time I've ever been greeted was Blockbuster. Welcome to Blockbuster. Welcome to Blockbuster. Every time, dude, every time that door chimed, welcome to Blockbuster. And I think they hit on something, because even software companies, they'll be like, welcome back, and they'll have your name on there.
Yeah.
Starbucks, welcome to Starbucks. They even want to, they even started, they got a new CEO now, but they want to personalize everything now. They'll write "Have a great day" on the cup, and then they always want to know your name for your order. Mocha Frappuccino for Mark. Personalization. We did a show not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, talking about how customers are expecting to have their orders personalized. They don't want the one size fit all anymore.
Can I share my
Everyone
screen real
wants to
quick?
be an individual.
Can I share my screen just real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Here's the talk about the software, right?
Mhm.
So what you're looking at is Sabrina. This is my personal Sabrina, right? My business is Sabrina. What do you see there?
Let's see here. Uh, oh, hi, Oakland Prime Notary, mobile notary. Welcome to Sabrina. Yeah, they want that, bro. They want that personalization. We like I said, we just did a show on this. There's a high percentage of people, I think it was like 53%, that want that type of personalization.
Man, everybody wants that personalization. They may not say it, but
They
it
do.
is a differentiator.
Email marketing was probably the first ones to like really coin the personalization side where they would have a fixed code in there, right? It'd be like first name fixed. So you say, hey, and then it would insert their name instantly. So when you do shoot out a broadcast email to like 1,000, 2,000 people, it still gives that individual feeling.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, to me, it's the difference. I open up an email, my name is there versus it not being there.
Well, think about it, Tech. Imagine you go someplace and then you tell the person your name, and then when they repeat a name, they don't repeat your name. They say, yeah, Lionel, that's not my name. What are you not gonna? And then the next time they mention your name again, there's no person. You might as well just throw random names out there and literally say,
What can
I
I do
don't
for
care.
you?
Yeah, that's wild, bro. But yeah, this concludes today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Tech, any final words, brother?
Now, book an appointment with Sabrina AI. If you're a notary and this is something that you want to upgrade, you want to bring your business to life, bring it into the 23rd century. You know, I said 23rd century. That's where we're headed.
For sure. All right, peace, love, and happiness and money, ladies and gentlemen. We wish you guys the very best. You heard?
As a business owner, you're juggling a lot, and managing phone calls can quickly become overwhelming.
That's where Sabrina, the AI voice automation that turns calls into clients, comes in. Imagine having a reliable 24/7 assistant that never misses a call, handles routine questions, schedules appointments, and directs important calls to the right people, all without needing a human touch.
This frees up your team's time to focus on what really matters, saves you money, and ensures every customer gets a consistent, professional experience. It's like having an extra set of hands, so you can focus on growing your business, not just managing calls.
Scan the QR code to book your free demo today.